Yo, welcome back to my day as a private chef number 8. Today's request was miso black cod. The only place that sells black cod or sable fish is Whole Foods in my area, which I find strange, but it is what it is. They had been out for 2 weeks, so we were very excited to have them back. First thing I do is cut out the bones. The bones in sable fish are stuck all the way through to the skin, so you can't pull them out like you would other fishes. You can easily pull them out once they are cooked, but I prefer this method when I don't have too much time. I like to rinse the sable fish in sake to clean away any wandering scales, and the sake removes a lot of the fishiness. For the marinade, in a pot I add equal parts sake and mirin, and I cook out the alcohol, reducing it by roughly half. Then I whisk in equal parts white miso and sugar until the sugar is melted and cool that down. I make a big batch at a time so that it's ready to be used whenever I need it. I cover the sable fish in the marinade and let that sit for as long as possible. If I know we are having black cod the day before or even the day before that, I'll marinate it 2 to 3 days prior. Start by rinsing the jasmine rice until the water is clear. Put it into a pot with fresh water. I use the finger method to gauge how much water I need. The finger method is basically when you put your finger into the pot, and when your fingertip touches the rice, fill it up with water up to the first digit. Today's veg is broccoli, which I toss with avocado oil, tamari, sesame oil, mushroom powder, and into the oven. I'm also going to make some sweet pickles by thinly slicing cucumbers and tossing with salt to pull out some of the water. I find that this keeps the pickles crispier. For the pickling liquid, I combine rice vinegar, salt, sugar, and water. Let the sugar dissolve and set it aside to cool. Gently squeeze out the excess water from the cucumbers and pour the cooled down pickling liquid over it and throw in the fridge. Remember again, clean your green beans by removing that fibrous stem. If you don't, you're a clown. Get a pan ripping hot with a bit of avocado oil, and I'm going to flash fry up those green beans, constantly moving it to make sure it cooks evenly and so it doesn't burn. I cook them until they have a little bit of a bite. Then I throw in fresh garlic, saute it quickly, season with salt, and pull off the heat so the garlic doesn't burn. If you burn the garlic, it will ruin the entire dish. It will become terribly bitter. Then I strain the green beans so I can pull out as much of the oil as I can. When the broccoli is 90% done, I add a bit of honey and give that a toss. If you add the honey at the beginning, it will burn before fully cooking. So the black cod cooks very quickly, so you can do this about 15 minutes before serving. I coat a pan with a little bit of oil to prevent sticking, put the black cod skin side down, and drizzle a bit more of the marinade on top. Then I sprinkle a little bit of salt and throw it under the broiler on the middle shelf for about 8 to 10 minutes. Depending on the strength of the broiler. Just keep an eye on it. Once I start seeing some charred spots, I brush on a bit more of the miso marinade and throw it back in. Once the top is nicely caramelized, the inside will be perfectly cooked. Time to plate. We got our jasmine rice, garlicky green beans, our honey soy sesame broccoli, miso black cod, sweet pickled cucumbers, and green onions, and we are good to go. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.